everybody, what's up? It's Live with April Diamond here on Hey Vegas TV. I am so excited today to have my best new good friend, Jeff Timmons. Give it up for Jeff.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. This place is great. I didn't even know this was here. I didn't even know this existed. I'm a Vegas local, so it's exciting. And I'm an advocate of Vegas, so it's exciting to see this going on here, and and it's also great to see you again, and happy that you're getting the opportunity to really get yourself out there outside of what you're already doing, which are plenty of amazing things already. So thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
I appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. We had some chats online, and you got to tell a lot of your story. As you guys know, Jeff Timmons is the founding member and really the creator of 98 Degrees, everybody's favorite vocal band.
Well, look, yeah, we consider ourselves a vocal group. I mean, we're influenced by Boys to Men and groups there, but there were no boy bands out when we decided to put ourselves together.
Right.
But, you know, years later, we kind of got lumped into that boy band thing, which we didn't like because of the connotations with boy bands that you can't sing live, and, you know, you're put together by some Svengali or some super producer or some label. Yeah. And we put ourselves together and we're inspired by vocal groups. But we're associated with the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, which are legends and dear friends of ours. And now that we're in our 50s, we don't mind the term boy band anymore.
You don't look like you're in your 50s. I'm just saying.
Well, that's all the nice lighting they have in the studio, all the soft gels and the filters and all that good stuff. So,
and you guys look great. You guys look great. And there is a huge resurgence of, like, let me say boy band. I know you guys are a vocal group, but the boy band thing is a huge, like, you have an audience from back in the day and they never left you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's great about it. Certainly when we started the group, you know, I started the group in college with some guys trying to impress girls. So when you start a group like this and you're trying to croon and, you know, you don't expect that you're going to do all the stuff for teenage and preteen girls. So that being said, years later, we're lucky that we had that younger audience because it allows us to do what we're doing for a living, you know, 30 years later now. They're all grown up. They have, you know, kids of their own that they're introducing our music to. And, you know, we get to go out as middle-aged guys now and still live the dream, get up and sing songs for a living. And, you know, they're more enthusiastic and excited and rambunctious than ever.
Right.
So it's a blessing. It really is.
That's awesome. And, and you know that because you've got your own tribe at home.
Yeah.
You got your kids, and they're seeing the resurgence of the popularity of you and your band. Like, that must be, you know, kind of a fun full circle moment.
Well, look, no pun intended. Yeah, it's called Full Circle. In store soon. But yeah, well, look, I think, you know, I'm remarried. So my wife and I, we both had 2 kids from our previous marriage. We have one together. So when we got together, it was like the Brady Bunch. And, you know, my 2 older kids, I was just kind of focused on being their dad. So, you know, we had a big hiatus of about 11 years. I kind of just did behind the scenes stuff. I did music for TV and ghost wrote songs for other artists, and primarily was just their dad. So after 11 years of a break, us coming back, now I told them I was cool. They didn't really believe it, but, you know, when we had a resurgence and came back after 11-year break, we went on tour with New Kids on the Block and Boys to Men, who we idolize, Boys to Men. So it was a dream for us, and we were doing stadiums, and we each had our own tour buses. And so, you know, my older kids were like, what is this? This is crazy. I mean,
where'd you come from?
And I said to them, I told you I was cool. And they were like, no, you're still not cool. This is cool, but you are still not cool. But nonetheless, it was kind of an interesting you know, sort of dynamic for them to experience. Now, my 2 stepkids, my 2 stepkids and my youngest daughter, you know, they sort of saw me in that light from the beginning, and they're all used to it, and it's part of their lives, traveling around the world and getting to go really cool places. And
and then that helps you understand the families. So the people that followed you back in the day when you first started now have families. So now it's them and their families following you.
Yeah,
listening to the music, so you are getting reintroduced to a whole new generation of, you know, fans and listeners and that kind of thing.
It really is cool. I mean, when I say it's a blessing, I mean, we don't take any of it for granted. We never really did. I mean, we're all Ohio guys, blue-collar, Midwestern guys. We're raised in a certain way to be respectful and appreciative of everything that comes your way, right? So, you know, although it's easy to kind of get caught up in it and take it for granted, we always checked ourselves. If any of us would start to get a little out of control or let it go to our heads, we're like, look, this isn't real.
Yeah.
6 months before this, we were driving to Winnebago around trying to get discovered with our pictures plastered on the side.
The time.
Yeah.
Due diligence.
And so, you can easily get caught up into it, and people will let you or want you to get caught up into it so they can get caught up into it. But, ultimately, we're very fortunate that, we're introduced to, we still have our fans from the beginning, our core fan base, which they've always been there for us.
Yeah, and they continue to follow you to all your shows, because the shows that you're doing now, which we'll talk about in just a minute, but all the shows that you're doing now, they're sold out. You have new music out. You have like all of this, the dynamic. It's almost like you picked up where you left off.
In fact, it's almost better. Although we were tremendously popular in the late 90s and early 2000s, we didn't really, there was so much competition. You had the Backstreet Boys, which we were compared to, and NSYNC, which are these, amazing, legendary groups, which we were, again, fortunate that we were compared to them. But we had a different label situation. Originally, we set out to be an R&B group, which was very niche towards R&B pop instead of pop. So we were streaming, kind of swimming upstream to kind of get that sort of notoriety and attention that they got. But now, years later, the association, people assumed that we were as massive as those groups. And don't get me wrong, we were popular, but not nearly as popular. But now they're coming out in droves. They just assume, we're in that same niche.
Yeah, and everybody has their niche. As a vocal group, you guys have that distinguishing quality, but you're still that boy band. So you cross both of those labels, right? And when we come back, I want to talk about your new music, about your new tour, and a couple of other fun things that people in Vegas will probably be interested to hear about. So we'll be right back.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. From live music to comedy shows, we've got entertainment that'll give you that Las Vegas vibe. Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
All right, you guys, we are back live with April Diamond with the one, the only Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. But also, you have multiple things going on, and I did some Googling of you.
Oh, wow.
I found out
what you wish for when you do that.
There's some stuff on there.
I bet there is.
There's a few things. You have a lot of singles that I didn't realize you had released, which is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, look, I kind of dabbled in doing solo stuff. I love the music, right? So you know how you're a musician, right? You put out music.
Yeah.
I do all this other stuff, and we could probably get into some of the other businesses and other ventures I have in entertainment. You have to learn the business and have to diversify yourself just to do music, right?
Correct.
And so, I've released songs, I've never really gotten with a major label, sort of our window passed, and then, they kind of, outside of Justin Timberlake, they really didn't really care about any of the other solo artists for boy bands and stuff like that. So I didn't really pursue it. I mean, I couldn't even get a major to even listen to the music at that time.
Wow.
So I just have released things here and there that I've been passionate about along the way. I'm thankful that you know about that. But I love being in the studio, love music. Occasionally I'll go, all right, I'll release it and see what it does. We had a song, speaking of Pompeii, we're doing something with Pompeii Productions, but I did a song called Lit with this artist, this very talented rapper named Pompeii, which made it to #1 on the Apple iTunes.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So yeah, we were fortunate enough to have some fun with that. But I kind of, my big thing when it comes to music is really the group,
Yeah.
So.
And being the founding member. That's the thing is, Jeff, really, you put that together. That you are the one that created 98 Degrees.
Well, I was dumb enough to try it first. So I started.
Took all the hits.
Well, I started in college to impress girls at a party. It's a very shallow thing, but that's what college guys do.
Right.
And we sang for some girls, quit school, went to LA because you didn't have any of this technology that you have today. You couldn't go on American Idol to try out, or you couldn't put things on TikTok that would go viral. You literally had to go to Nashville, New York, or LA.
Because that whole promotional landscape changed.
It's totally different.
Now it's all, doing this and social media and that kind of thing. You released some singles, and then I scrolled down into your past and your history, and I saw Chippendales.
Yeah, that's right.
Chippendales here in Vegas.
Now, look.
It was like, okay, you probably didn't join Chippendales, but...
No. So a dear friend of mine who used to manage me for a short spell, his name's Michael Caprio, and he's an amazing publicist, PR guy.
Nice.
And, look, I had been out of the mix, out of the scene for a long time, like I said, being a dad and just kind of, doing hodgepodge things with music and production and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And Michael said, you need to get back out there. Yeah. And one way you can do this is to host the Chippendales. Well, of course, I was, everybody has their preconceived ideas of what the Chippendales is. I'm like, oh my God, I can't have the first thing I come back and emerge being a stripper with the Chippendales, right? So, I mean, this was pre-Magic Mike, so it wasn't really, still was sort of taboo even 14 years ago when I did it. And, my wife was like, no, you should go do it, because my wife said, you should go do it because this will get you a lot of PR and promotion, and maybe, there'll be some buzz about, your group getting back together, because I'd really hoped that the group would get back together. We had been doing different things. We never broke up. But I went to go see the show. I saw the show, and it was incredible. It's a well-produced show.
Yeah.
The guys sing, they can dance. It's not just,
So you said, okay, I'm going to go and host the show and perform. And it's, it's on Google. You can check it out. But you're the kind of person that will go out and try things, and you don't mind if you sink or swim. You just want to see where it goes, right?
Well, I love that you know that. And I think in life, you have to go for things, right? You have to be willing to put yourself, you got to take risks, big risks, to get big rewards, right? And I'm confident enough in myself to try things and fail. I mean, you're going to go through life. Nobody hits a home run every time, right? So for me, it's like, I'm a person that doesn't take myself too seriously, but takes what I do seriously, if that makes sense. So I think that, if you put your effort and your heart and soul and spirit into something, and it doesn't work out for you, you know what? At least you can go look at yourself in the mirror and say, I tried. I gave my best, and I didn't hold anything back. The one thing that I don't want to have in my life is when I'm older to go, you know what, if I would have only tried a little bit harder, or if I would have took that chance. Now, look, a lot of times people will laugh at you, or you make a mistake, or it doesn't translate into the ultimate success.
Right.
But every once in a while, lightning strikes, and it turns into mega success.
Put yourself in that position, you're never going to know. And sometimes you sink and sometimes you swim. And believe me, I know a lot about that.
Well, we all do. We all do.
We've all been through that. And it's not, I think it's a learning process. And by the way, let's add this. You also are a motivational speaker. You take a lot of stages and go and speak around the country too.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, part of what you do when you have the success that we've had, we've been very, very fortunate, sold millions of records, got to travel the world. Whatever was in my mind's eye when I wanted to start this, my life ended up exceeding those expectations.
Awesome.
And with that comes, I feel like people have to have a responsibility to give back. And you don't have to necessarily do it publicly. You can do it privately.
Sure.
It's just something that I feel is, karma or the energy of reciprocating the blessings that you got, however you want to frame it.
Yeah.
Not to bring religion into it or the universe or God, whatever you believe in. I feel like if you're getting this sort of energy, you've been rewarded for your efforts, that it's only natural to give back. And one of those things that I like to do is just get in front of people and tell them my story.
Yeah.
Tell them that I'm a human being that tries and fails, but also gets myself into the mindset of putting things together, self-belief, and sort of manifesting what you go out to do.
In the music business, you need that because you got to almost motivate yourself most of the time.
It is a hard business, and a lot of businesses are really hard, but the entertainment business is brutal.
And we're gonna talk more about when we come back. We're gonna talk more about the music that you're currently doing. We're gonna talk about what's coming up.
Great.
And I'm gonna see if I can find some more stuff on you.
Dirt.
We're the best though. I love it. This is so much fun. We'll be right back with Jeff Timmons.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. From live music to comedy shows, we've got entertainment that'll give you that Las Vegas vibe. Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
Hey, we're back live with April Diamond on Hey Vegas TV with Jeff Timmons, and you have so many stories to tell, but we were just talking about, I want to talk about your music. I keep saying that, but I want to hear about this No Man's Land band thing that you were just talking about.
Oh, Mission Man Band.
Mission Man Band?
Mission Man Band is a well-known I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. It was a hit VH1 series.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was nobody watched it. It lasted one season, and that was it. It kind of came at a weird time when all the pop music was sort of on a hiatus. But
really?
They had this brilliant idea of taking guys from from different groups and putting them into one boy band, which today would be really incredible because of the resurgence we spoke about earlier, and the sort of thirst for this.
Happening now. We'll talk about it in a second, but tell me about that.
Mission Man Band was a VH1 show, and they put Chris Kirkpatrick, Brian Abrams, Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, of course, everybody knows that. Brian Abrams from Color Me Bad, which wasn't really a boy band, it was an R&B group, but okay. He's an amazing singer. Rich Cronin from LFO, who was a dear friend of mine. He sadly passed away, but he was an amazing talent, really close friend. And myself, and they put us in a house and gave us a bunch of adversity and adverse situations that we probably were set up to fail, which made good TV. But it was a really, really great experience in that it took us outside of our comfort zone. We have been used to having all this success and all this adulation, and then they put us in vulnerable situations on camera, and it sucked. It wasn't cool, and we looked bad on TV. But ultimately,
Why did you say you looked bad on TV?
Well, look, for example, our first performance live together was in an Orlando Magic basketball game. Okay, that's not exactly our fan base. It's a bunch of guys, so they wanted us to get boo. And
Right.
in fact, the production team actually put plants in the arena to boo us. And then it was supposed to be like sort of a humbling experience. And then the arc was, we came off at the end with a good performance at a club. But nonetheless, it was a great experience because it was hard, And now
it's hard to get booed.
Well, you don't want to get it's hard to get booed, but it's also, we had only experienced we were coming off the highest of highs, ultimate success, traveling the world on private jets and playing arenas to then it all kind of gets shut off like a faucet and you got to come back.
Well, the faucet's turned back on.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to talk about, I think you guys 98 Degrees just released a new single.
We did. Yeah. We released a new single called Got You, which is an amazing song.
It's a great song.
Thank you. Nick Lachey co-wrote it with Alex Cantrell.
Lachey, come on live with April Diamond on Hey Vegas. We want to talk to you.
Oh yeah,
all you guys.
He's great. And he also wrote Soul Shock. I believe kind of wrote it as well with them. And it's just sort of, when you do music like we've been doing for so many years, you think that you need to try to evolve, and certainly you do as a musician, right? But our fan base likes the ballads. But maybe we need to dance. Maybe we need to do up-tempo club songs.
Maybe you just adjust it up, or maybe you need to add dance music, beats, whatever. But I like your authenticity. You guys do what you do.
Well, we got back to it. We got back to it, and the fans love it. And it sounds like a 98 Degrees sounding song. Right. And we did what a lot of people were doing, and sort of Taylor Swift has made it, kind of brought it to the forefront, which is re-recording your own masters, right? Re-recording your own songs so you have ownership of your music. And for us, it's like, sure, you make money from that if it does well, but really it's just kind of about owning your stuff. You recorded it, you made it popular, and most of the record labels own it, which is odd, right?
Yeah.
So we've done that. So the album, it's called Full Circle. You had mentioned earlier, everything's full circle. Well, we've come full circle with our careers. Our fans are back. Our music is back.
Good.
We're back.
Where can they find your music right now?
You can go on 98degrees.com and find the links. The album comes out. Pre-save the album. It comes out May 9th.
May 9th.
Worldwide. Yeah. So we're just super excited and thrilled and blessed and fortunate to still be doing what we're doing this many years later.
It's so incredible, but it's a testament to the fact that your fan base loves you and they loved what you did. They love the stories that you told, and you guys are authentic telling your story.
Well, there's no other way for us to be. I mean, look, we obviously you want to have the mystique of being a star and all that stuff, but we've kind of prided ourselves on being those guys that everybody could relate to throughout the years. We felt like that set us apart, right?
And I think it's working really well.
Thank you.
It's working really well.
I really appreciate it.
And I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna pre-save your new album. Tell us again what it is, so people don't forget.
It's called Full Circle. Just go to our website, 98degrees.com, or any of our socials. It's all 98 Degrees, and you can find out anything that's going on, shows that are coming up, and all that good stuff.
I say that because sometimes we have to say it twice to remind people. So
yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with Jeff Timmons.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. From live music to comedy shows, we've got entertainment that'll give you that Las Vegas vibe. Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
All right, we're back with Jeff Timmons and talking about 98 Degrees and the fact that you guys are back. Well, you've always been together, even the time passed and we didn't see you, but you've got some big things coming in the works. And I want to talk about Boy Band Symphony real quick.
Of course.
I heard about that. This is an amazing thing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there have been these incarnations of different boy band guys doing different things together. There was one here called The After Party that had Joey Fatone and Nick Carter and Wanye from Boys II Men and AJ. And that was like in a club kind of setting. For this one, it's myself, Chris Kirkpatrick, who's a dear friend of mine from NSYNC,
right?
And Eric Estrada from O-Town, who is really an underrated guy. I mean, he's an amazing, probably one of the better vocalists I've heard. The three of us do each other's songs and cover other boy band songs with a huge orchestra. It's been an enormous success for us. We didn't know what to expect or what people would think of it. Of course,
right.
When a lot of us sing ballads, right? So when you have these ballads, they're constructed most of the time with an orchestra in mind, and it's not really like that. It's programmed. You might have some strings, but to hear these songs come to life with an orchestra, I'm up there often getting goosebumps listening to this music. It's an amazing, overwhelming feeling.
Orchestral music, but the thing that's cool about it, and by the way, all these places that you've gone, you guys are selling out.
Yeah,
every venue.
Yeah, every venue's been sold out. I mean, we have Louisville coming up here in a couple days. We have another one, Pittsburgh, and we're about to announce another one, Columbus. And all of a sudden,
your town,
Ohio. Yeah, Ohio. All of a sudden, we're getting more and more offers to do this, and we just thought it would be fun to do once. So. Again, it's that thing that you just kind of, sometimes things kind of lightning strikes and you gotta go with the flow.
So that whole thing, the boy band thing is back. You guys all coming from all these different boy bands. I say boy band, but I mean it in the dearest, most.
We're not afraid of the term anymore. We love it now that we're older. Call us boys, fine. Yeah, exactly.
But and the music is so timeless. I listen to your stuff. I listen to Backstreet Boys, and I think they have a residency coming up.
They're going to be playing at the Sphere. I'm sure it's going to kill. I mean, I think they've already sold out and added dates already. So it's the time. It's back.
And you guys are about to start Are you gonna? Is a tour coming? Is something?
Well, we're doing some national dates here. We have Disney coming up, Epcot end of April, and then we have a couple of things in October. But really, we haven't served our fans overseas where we broke first. So this year we're going to kind of concentrate on going to Southeast Asia, Canada, and some other parts of the world where a lot of people don't know. We didn't necessarily break in the U.S. first. We had to go other places.
Right.
And that's where we're kind of going to go back and see some of those folks.
You go out and you come back to the U.S.
Yeah.
So, well, Jeff, thank you for for coming and being on Live with April Diamond.
It's a pleasure. Always an honor to talk to you. Congratulations on this. This is incredible, and your new music too. And
thank you.
Anytime you want me on, I'd be happy to come back.
I would love to have you come back. In fact, we'll do that. We're going to do another episode at some point and talk about some more stuff. You have great stories. You have great music. And thank you for watching Live with April Diamond here on Hey Vegas TV. Give it up for Jeff Timmons. Whoop.
Thank you.
You're my own audience. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Thanks, you guys.